on behalf of MIM party was to share the opinion which our party has given to the Government of India and to the empowered group of ministers on the basis of the letter that was sent by the Ministry of Home Affairs. We have given to you, if I am not wrong, 4 sets. One is the letter to the Joint Secretary. The second is the background note on the stand on Telangana stated issue. Third is the memorandum to the group of ministers on the formation of Telangana state. And then a legal opinion is there, which we have taken from a constitutional expert, Mr. Niranjan Reddy, on 371D. And the last set is on the Pandit Sundarlal Committee report. Now let me first start by saying that the stand of MIM on the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh was we were against the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh, and we've also said to the Sri Krishna Committee, I'm just reiterating what we have said in writing to the Sri Krishna Committee, that is, we oppose the bifurcation, and Hyderabad, if bifurcation happens, should not be made a union territory. This has been the stand of MIM, and we will take this stand, I will take this stand to my grave. Now, Government of India, after taking a decision on the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh, a cabinet note has been passed. Whether we like it or not, the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh looks a reality. Now, I cannot tell you whether there is going to be a slip between the cup and the lip. But after the cabinet has passed a cabinet note, bifurcation looks a reality. And you might know that after this, we had addressed last time we had met here in Darussalam, I had reiterated this. Now the opinion which MIM party has given to the empowered group of ministers, it will be fair on my part to say that the cabinet note, the terms of reference are clearly pointing towards that the Government of India wants to make Hyderabad as a union territory, or they want to make it short of union territory. And why do I say that? Is because if you read the cabinet note, if you read the terms of reference, there is no clarity on Hyderabad. Whether Hyderabad constitutes the revenue district, whether Hyderabad constitutes the GHMC limits, whether Hyderabad constitutes the HMDA area, or for the Hyderabad constitutes Hyderabad an agglomeration area which the Census Department of India takes. Second point is that there is no clarity in the cabinet note and in the terms of reference that why is it that the State Public Service Commission has to be one. Thirdly, there is no clarity on why a separate high court for the residual state of Andhra Pradesh cannot be formed immediately. The fourth point is if you read the background note of Home Ministry given by the Home Ministry to the group of ministers, on page number 37, to be very precise, on page number 37, it says, it talks about bringing in education and employment for Hyderabad within this whole area. So because of these 5 points, we suspect, and our suspicion is based on the cabinet note based on the terms of reference, based on the background note which the Home Ministry has given to MPART group of ministers, that Government of India is contemplating to make Hyderabad either a union territory or short of union territory. Now what is the stand of MIM party? From day one we have been saying we oppose the union territory status to Hyderabad. This has been the consistent stand of MIM party. We cannot accept Hyderabad as union territory. We cannot accept Hyderabad with law and order, revenue, municipal administration, education and health with the Government of India. We want Hyderabad to be given to, if a Telangana state is coming into existence, without any condition. Without any condition, Hyderabad should be given to the Telangana state. This is what MIM said to the Sri Krishna committee. This is what I have been saying publicly. This is what I have said in the parliament. This is what I have said with the interaction with all of you. The third point is law and order. You take law and order. In that note which we have given, there are nearly 4,000 odd vacancies in Hyderabad City Police. There are nearly 3,000 vacancies in the Cyberabad Police Commissionerate. Whenever a festival happens in Hyderabad, whether it is any festival, the city police has to mobilize forces from throughout Andhra Pradesh for the maintenance of peace and security of the city. Now let us assume that a Telangana state is formed and law and order is taken away. Where will you get the forces from? Second point, tomorrow you have two chief ministers over here. And what will be the position of the police? Third point, which is our biggest apprehension, that this will lead to miscarriage of justice against the Muslims. Because as it is, there is lot of bias among some of police officers against the Muslim community and the Dalits. So anyone who is made the commissioner of police, Hyderabad and Cyberabad will not be there. We suspect that a commissionerate of both will be formed, and this commissioner of police would be the super chief minister. He will be more powerful than the residual chief minister or residual state of Andhra Pradesh or the chief minister of Telangana. And it is very unfortunate. I fail to understand what sort of vision or thinking these Congress leaders of Telangana have. They are saying, okay, we are willing to give law and order to Government of India. With respect to them, I would like to say to all these Congress leaders who are accepting that we are willing to give law and order to Government of India. Number one, they don't have any political stakes in Hyderabad, either in the GHMC area or in the Hyderabad district. These leaders, they are not leaders who are saying, but they are jokers. They don't know the reality of Hyderabad. They don't know the miscarriage of justice which has happened to Muslims, which happens to Muslims day in, day out. Whether it is Makkah Masjid bomb blast or any other incident. And they have no political interest. And all these Congress leaders of Telangana who are saying that we will accept law and order to be given, revenue to be given, municipal administration to be given, they are only very keen and eager to become the chief minister only. They don't care about all these things. That is why we strongly oppose a move which has been given. And I am also surprised by the note that has been given by the Telangana Joint Action Committee also. Verbally, Kodandaram says 2 years, but in his note he does not talk about it. The Telangana Congress, MLCs, they are saying, okay, give away 10 years. What is this? And then the argument given is that people from Seema Andhra live in Hyderabad. That is not right. If that argument is, if it is taken on its face value, then Seema Andhra people live in Rangareddy district, Seema Andhra people live in Nalgonda, Seema Andhra people live in Nizamabad, Seema Andhra people live in Khammam. If that is the argument, then I am forced to say, let law and order of all these 4 districts be taken over by Government of India. Let all the IPS officers who are going to be appointed in Cyberabad, in Rangareddy, in Nizamabad, in Khammam be appointed by Government of India in Nalgonda. What will Mr. Jana Reddy do then? What will Mr. Sudarshan Reddy of Nizamabad do? What will the Khammam leaders do? So that is why we are saying law and order has to be given to the state of Telangana. And if the state of Telangana cannot provide security to the people of Seema Andhra, then use Article 356 and throw away that government. Throw away that government. Because to provide security to life and limb of an Indian citizen is the fundamental duty of a government. And I am surprised that all this argument is only going around Hyderabad and people of Seema Andhra. What about Muslims? What about Dalits? What about Christians? Our apprehension is very true that in a separate state of Telangana, definitely Sangh Parivar and BJP will grow. The bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh will only help the RSS. And in that post-bifurcation scenario, when Sangh Parivar will become more powerful, our apprehensions are true. Who will address our apprehensions? And whether we like it or not, the police always works under the political executive. It is fine to take a very moralistic and arguments and Prakash Singh argument, it is fine, but the reality is this. And who do we go and say that tomorrow if another Makkah Masjid miscarriage of justice happens, who do I go and say? Who do I go and say? Taking away municipal administration will destroy Hyderabad forever. That will destroy Hyderabad because the Telangana state will not invest in Hyderabad. The other state would say, no, we are going afterwards sometime, why would we invest in Hyderabad? So Hyderabad will be destroyed economically. Thirdly, we want a separate high court to be created immediately for the residuary state of Andhra Pradesh. Because the demand is there from the Seema Andhra people. Immediately high court should be divided. We oppose the arrangement which is again being proposed by government, by Dr. Manmohan Singh government, that a high court on the lines of Chandigarh and for Punjab and Haryana should be continued. No, we are opposing that. We don't want that to happen. Let a clean separation be made. And for the protection of Seema Andhra people, we are committed towards their protection. We will stand with them. And that is why in that note we have proposed that the Seema Andhra people should be given protection under Article 29 of our constitution. That is, they should be treated as linguistic minorities. The State Minorities Commission of Telangana should include the Seema Andhra people as linguistic minorities. That is the constitutional safeguard which we are proposing for those people. And as far as another proposal which we have made is that let both the chief ministers, both the opposition leaders from both the states sit down and decide which IPS officer should be put in Hyderabad or surrounding. That is a reasonable thing which can be done. But taking away the right and making the governor the responsible person, no, that is not right. I would say that any politician of Telangana from Congress party who is aspiring to become chief minister, if you have any integrity left, if you have any self-esteem towards that region, oppose this move. Don't be selfish that only you want to become chief minister. That is why we are going to barter. They don't have a right to barter about Hyderabad. You don't have a right to talk about Hyderabad. You don't have any political interest in Hyderabad. You cannot decide my future. You cannot be master of my destiny. If that is the case, then Nalgonda also, Karimnagar, Nizamabad, Khammam, everyone, they don't want to be taken by Government of India. Another third point in that argument, we are opposing this common capital issue. No, we don't want a common capital. Why common capital? Let Khairatabad Mandal be called as a working or interim capital. That Khairatabad Mandal area or the Khairatabad Assembly Constituency or Jubilee Assembly Constituency be called an interim or a working capital. And if and when the reorganization bill is brought in Parliament, it is the duty of the Government of India that they must say in that bill which is going to be the capital of the residuary state of Andhra Pradesh. They must say that clearly. If Government of India sits over there and decides 10 years, then they can decide this also. What will be the capital of residuary state? And union ministers like Mr. Chiranjeevi, like Mr. कहाँ से था वो जो कर्नाटका के एमपी बन गए? J.D. Seelam. These people are saying no for the safety of this area. Then I would say, tomorrow if a Telangana state comes into existence, we need to import and export. I would tell the BPCC president, let him be ready to make Vizag a union territory, Kakinada also union territory, because import and export has to be done. Our Hindu brothers from Telangana will like to go to Tirupati for their security. Let Tirupati also be made union territory. Can this argument be accepted? If this argument cannot be accepted, then my argument has a point. Because tomorrow, from Kakinada, from Visakhapatnam, import-export has to happen. Telangana will be a landlocked area. And these people who want to become chief ministers, हम उर्दू में बोलते हैं दूल्हा बनने को तैयार हैं उन्होंने, खाली घोड़े पर बैठ के तलवार हाथ में लेकर नाचने तैयार हैं, उनको कोई फिक्र नहीं हैदराबाद के तेलंगाना के लोग. These are the arguments on which we are opposing law and order, revenue and municipal administration and this concept of joint capital. Let it be called an interim working capital of Khairatabad Mandal. The same respect can be given to the chief minister of the residuary state. We can create a mechanism. But why is it that the Government of India wants to take over law and order? Why is it the Government of India wants to ensure that the High Court of residuary state remains over here? These are the points which we have highlighted. Now coming to the second question of the geographical area, MIM has proposed that Royal Telangana, it doesn't look it will happen, which we have given to Sri Krishna Committee. That is why we are proposing that in the interest of justice, Anantapur and Kurnool should be added to the state of Telangana. It is in the interest of justice. Justice demands that Anantapur and Kurnool should be added to Telangana. And because Anantapur has the most backward parameters for socio-economic development. And I am of the opinion, our party is of the opinion, if bifurcation happens, the worst sufferers will be Rayalaseema region. You cannot deny that. That will be the worst sufferers. And I can understand the angst of Mr. Naidu, Mr. Kiran Kumar Reddy and Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy because they represent from Rayalaseema. I can understand their angst. If Anantapur and Kurnool are added to state of Telangana, we will be solving the water issue. If we don't add them, then we will have water wars. Water issue will be solved. This claim of Hyderabad, this so-called claim of Hyderabad will be, it will come down. Thirdly,
the Rajdhani state of Andhra Pradesh can form their capital in coastal Andhra. That also they will be free to do that. So we have proposed that Kurnool and Anantapur should be added to the state of Telangana. And it should be, if a bifurcation happens, in inverted commas I am saying, if it happens, then 10 plus 2 should be added. Common capital, as I said, is misconceived, and UT is misconceived. All those things I have mentioned to you. And then another issue is about law and order also I have mentioned to you in terms of reference. Yes, now we come to MIM has proposed that Pranahita Chivalla should also be given a national status. Pranahita Chivalla should also be given national status because we have mentioned in that note, I don't want to go into the details, the requirement of drinking water for Hyderabad in the next 15-20 years is going to be very high. So even after the phase 3 of Krishna is covered, we will not be providing the demand that is there. Singareni collieries, we have proposed that the state of Telangana should be the joint owner along with Government of India. Regarding powers, terms of reference number 7, power supply in Hyderabad, MIM party has proposed to the Government of India that a special power project for the city of Hyderabad should be given under public-private partnership, and also to sanction 2 ultra-mega power projects of 4,000 megawatt for Hyderabad. Now, we have also given Hyderabad economic profile, and we have also talked about all these, the revenue that is coming. Now, coming to distribution of assets and liabilities, MIM party says that the present AP Bhavan in New Delhi and was given in lieu of Hyderabad House. Hyderabad House was built by the Nizam, and because of Hyderabad House was taken by Government of India, AP Bhavan was given and a vacant land was given. So this present AP Bhavan and that land has to come to the new state, because these are the assets which were there before the new state came into existence. So you cannot say that a Rajdhani state has a right over it, because these were there before Andhra Pradesh was formed. Now, distribution of employees on terms of reference number 9, that also we have talked about. I told you what Public Service Commission immediately should come into existence for the new state. Now, as far as 371D is concerned, I would like to request you that we have given a legal opinion wherein the esteemed lawyer Mr. Niranjan Reddy in his opinion says that for 371D you do not require a constitutional amendment, because in his wisdom, in his knowledge of law, which I have high respect for him, and that is why we have taken his opinion, he says, and which I also concur, that when Meghalaya was formed, 371 was not amended. Assam had that special provision. When state of Maharashtra and Gujarat came into existence, again 371(2) was not touched. So I feel that this argument that it will lead to constitutional amendment is a specious argument. It does not hold any water. Now, let me conclude by once again addressing the concerns of Muslims of both the regions. Believe me, bifurcation will hurt Muslims very badly. Bifurcation will also hurt people of Rayalaseema very badly. Our fear of Sangh Parivar going in Telangana is on well-founded empirical political evidence. It is going to happen. Unfortunately, this whole Telangana movement has not thrown new leadership has not thrown progressive leadership, has not thrown such new leaders have not come. So again we are stuck with the old leadership, and this will really help the BJP to get stronger, RSS to get stronger. We are demanding that if and when the new state is formed, the language of Urdu, it deserves justice by Government of India. A language which has played such an important part in the freedom movement has completely been forgotten. Telugu language is getting one more state. Yes, the dialect will be different, but the language is the same. So we are proposing that in the state of Telangana, if it is formed, Urdu should be given the first language status along with Telugu. That has to be done. The Government of India must say this clearly, that Urdu will be given its rightful place in the new state, and it will be given the first language status along with Telugu. Reservation to Muslims of both the regions should continue. The budget which is being promised, it should be increased for the development of minorities. And I hope, and we have proposed, that the Government of India must implement the prevention of communal violence bill must be brought in both the states, because our apprehension of Sangh Parivar growing in the new state is very much there. We have also proposed a minority sub-plan, and now coming to the higher education opportunities, we have given you the data. The argument that has been given by the Home Ministry in the note which they have given to the group of ministers is wrong. It is completely wrong. I don't know why Home Ministry is doing, I mean, why are they lying through their teeth? When it comes to medical education, they are saying how many hospitals are there in Telangana and how many hospitals are there in other regions. And they are saying excluding Hyderabad. How can you exclude Hyderabad from Telangana? In your own cabinet note you are saying Hyderabad is part of Telangana. Then in your note you are saying excluding. So this is a wrong argument being given by the Government of India. And we have given you all number of colleges which clearly says that this argument that X region or Y region will be deprived is wrong, and those districts which do not have universities, the government can immediately announce and establish universities which can cater to the needs of education requirement, and there will be no threat whatsoever to the people of Seemandhra. We will stand with them. I am standing with them in the interest of justice, not because I want their vote. I don't want their vote also. I don't want, even if they do decide not to vote for me, it's not a big issue. But we'll stand with them. And these are the, in gist, I have just tried to tell you the points which MIM has written to the Government of India. And this is what we have said, and if there are any points or any questions which you want to ask me, I am free to answer them. Thank you. We have already sent this to all the ministers of empowered group of ministers and to the Joint Secretary. Now, if and when a meeting is called, definitely we will go to the meeting. Definitely we will go to the meeting. And you know, Congress party honeymoon is finishing in Telangana. The honeymoon is slowly finishing. So I hope they realize that the grass is growing under their feet. Exactly, this is what I wanted to provoke you. I have succeeded in provoking you. You tell me how is it possible then? You tell me how is it possible? That is what we want you to realize. That tomorrow if a new state comes into existence, will it be right on a person to live in Vizag or Srikakulam to come down here? That is not right. And please understand that Government of India should realize that this is not Chandigarh. It has no geographical contiguity. It has no geographical contiguity whatsoever, whether you like it or not. That is why we are saying, we are proposing an interim or a working capital, because all those offices are located in Khairatabad Mandal or in Khairatabad Assembly constituency. For the working of that administration, that can be done. And immediately these can be shifted. And I fail to understand that when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru did not agree to give law and order to, or did not make union territory or short of union territory for Mumbai, for God's sake, Congress party should accept the legacy of Pandit Nehru. If Indira Gandhi in her wisdom decided not to give away, take law and order when Meghalaya was created, for God's sake, I mean, these are the leaders of who you want to die for them, who you ask vote for people to vote in their name, to live up to their legacy, live up to their statements which you have made in past. किसकी लेजिस्लेशन करूं मैं? आपके क्वेश्चन में कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है। एक तो आप यूनाइटेड आंध्रा ही बोल रहे, ये बोल रहे किसकी लेजिस्लेशन करूं? बोलिए, अब मैं करता हूं। मैं
नहीं, यूनाइटेड आंध्रा की वजह से भी नहीं करेगा।
अच्छा, नहीं करे।
और सेकंड थिंग ये है कि आपके बाइफर्केशन के यूनाइटेड कॉमन कैपिटल के अगेंस्ट में भी आप कुछ करने वाले हैं क्या? कुछ प्लान प्रपोजल है आपके पास?
नहीं, हम लोग बहुत कुछ कर सकते और करेंगे ईश्वर रेड्डी साहब, आप मुतमईन रहिए। और करने का जो तरीका है, आपके बाद पब्लिक जो है खाली सीटी बजाती, वो सीटी बजाने का काम हम कर देंगे। पोलिंग बूथ में जाके दबा देना बटन, वो हमको तैयार, वो भी एक तरीका है। अब मालूम हो जाता ना, घोड़ा मैदान आगे है, 4-5 महीने में सब चीज आगे है। और जितने लोग जो एग्री कर रहे हैं ये कॉमन कैपिटल को, हम बताएंगे उनका क्या हाल होने वाला है। तेलंगाना के लिए ईश्वर रेड्डी साहब, आप भी तेलंगाना के हैं ना, आप तो तेलंगाना को सपोर्ट भी करते हैं, आप बोलेंगे कई मरतबा। आप एक मरतबा मेरे को बोलिए कि तेलंगाना के लिए एक ही ग्रोथ इंजन है, वो हैदराबाद। एक ही ग्रोथ, आप इधर लाइक इट और इट्स ओनली ग्रोथ इंजन फॉर तेलंगाना। Now, if you are going to scuttle that, what justice are you doing? Why are you creating this state then? You are going to take away law and order, you are going to take away revenue, you want to take away municipal administration, you want to create HMDA or GHMC, and भाई, what is this? ये क्या नाना की दुकान पे मामू की फातिया देने का काम कर रहे हैं आप? क्या आपके घर की जायदाद है, आप बांटेंगे दिल्ली में बैठ के, या आप गांधी भवन में बैठ के, या फिर मैं चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना चाह रहा हूं, दे दो, ले लो, मैं चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना चाह रहा हूं, ये ले लो। अरे भाई, अगर आप चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना चाह रहे तो फिर नलगुंडा को ऑर्डर कर देना। आप चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना चाह रहे तो रंगा रेड्डी को भी कर देना, देखेंगे क्या बोलते हैं उस पर। वहां भी सीमांध्रा के लोग है ना, इसीलिए इट इज रॉन्ग, इट डज नॉट मेक जस्टिस। ये बिल्कुल ही नहीं हो सकता। तेलंगाना बना रहे, उसका तरक्की आपकी जिम्मेदारी। बच्चा आप पैदा कर रहे, मैंने पैदा कर रहा हूं, आप बच्चा पैदा कर रहे, अब बच्चे को पैदा कर रहे तो कुछ तो दो खाने को, जिंदा रहने को। माल न्यूट्रिशन से मर जाएगा उन्हें, स्टील बॉम्ब होगा अगर हैदराबाद को ले लेंगे तो आप, वो उनके ऊपर जिम्मेदारी है। इसीलिए हम बोल रहे भाई, बच्चा आप पैदा कर रहे, आप मम्मी डैडी है उसके, तो अच्छा करो उसको। तनकीद कर रहा हूँ, ज्वाइंट एक्शन कमेटी भी कर रहा हूँ, तेलंगाना एमएलसी को भी कर रहा हूँ, सब पे कर रहा हूँ कि इन लोगों का नंबर 1 ये लोग इशू नहीं समझ रहे। नहीं, टीआरएस का देखिए, श्री कृष्णा कमेटी भी मैं रिप्लाई लिख के दिया तो उस वक्त आप क्यों नहीं पूछे मेरे? कोई कॉमन क्या है, क्या उसमें हमारे में, हमारा एक अलग स्टेटेड पोजीशन है, उसके ऊपर हम कायम है। भाई, आप पहले तो ये देखना है कि ये जो डिलीवर, जो वादे कर रहे, ये वादा और वफा की जो बातें हो रही है, मालूम हो जाता 5 दिसंबर को क्या होने वाला है। बिल तो आने दीजिए, किस फॉर्म में आएगा बिल, क्या होगा, इससे सब मालूम होगा। हमारे से आप पूछे, मैं आपको गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को बता दिए। आप याद रखिए मेरी इस बात को कि बाइफर्केशन अगर होगा तो सबसे बड़ा नुकसान मुसलमानों को, क्रिश्चियंस को, दलित्स को और रायलसीमा के लोगों को होने जाना है, कि कोई डिनाई नहीं कर सकता इस बात को। इसीलिए हम बोले कि 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स को ऐड करो आप। अगर कोई तेलंगाना के इरिगेशन एक्सपर्ट है तो उनसे बैठ के पूछ लो आप कि पानी का मसला हल हो सकता। ये जो उनमें जो फीलिंग है कि हैदराबाद चले आ रहा, वो हैदराबाद उनको मिलता और आंध्रा के लोग जो है अपना कैपिटल बना सकते हैं। अब देखना ये है कि ये क्या होने वाला है। हर थोड़े दिन को कभी बोल रहे 1 मीटिंग होगी, फिर बोल रहे 2-2 मीटिंग होंगे। क्या होता नहीं मालूम, अब देखेंगे। घोड़ा मैदान आगे है, क्या करते क्या नहीं करते अब मालूम होता। Yes, division of Rayalaseema is because in the interest of Rayalaseema.
What will be MIM's position in the other state?
We will continue to fight over there. We will continue to get more ground over there, and people of that region accept. They have told to me that it is only you and CPM which had clarity on this issue. हम तो ऐसा नहीं कर रहे ना कि हैदराबाद में एक बात बोल रहे, हैदराबाद के एयरपोर्ट पे आधी बात बोलते, दिल्ली के एयरपोर्ट जाके पूरा चेंज कर लेते। हम तो ऐसा नहीं करे। हम तो बोले जो हैदराबाद में बोले वो दिल्ली में भी बोले, और वो हमारा एक कंसिस्टेंट स्टैंड है MIM और CPM का। तो जहां तक MIM के स्टैंड की क्रेडिबिलिटी है, वो वहां के अवाम को मालूम कि ये लोग सही बोल रहे थे। हम शुरू से बोल रहे थे, और जब नहीं समझे आफत आगे लोगों को अब जब समझेंगे। Referendum in constitution is not allowed. There is no scope. Now, I have 7 members of assembly in Hyderabad district. That in itself, I am the biggest stakeholder. I am the son of this place. और मैं मरूंगा तो इंशाल्लाह या तो मदीने में मरूंगा या फिर इस जमीन में जाऊंगा मैं। तो मेरे से बढ़ के दावा किसका हो सकता है हैदराबाद के ऊपर? तो हम ये बोल रहे हैं ये क्या करने जा रहे हैं आप? हैदराबाद इकोनॉमिकली तबाह हो जाएगा। और ये जो आर्गुमेंट आप दे रहे कि नहीं इतना पैसा आता है, गलत है। ये जो कमर्शियल टैक्स आता, जितने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के जैसा मिसाल ऑयल कंपनीज है, जैसा स्टेट बनेगा वो लोग दूसरे स्टेट में जाएंगे तो कहां हमारे को टैक्स आएगा? तो टैक्स तो कम होगा। इसीलिए हम बोलेंगे भाई समझो इस बात को कि ये एक ही ग्रोथ इंजन है। Telangana state cannot survive on the royalty of Singareni collieries. Without Hyderabad 2 दिन स्टेट नहीं चल सकता। ये जो लोग चीफ मिनिस्टर बनने के ख्वाब देख रहे, इनकी गाड़ी में पेट्रोल नहीं आए, वो खाली नाम के चीफ मिनिस्टर रहेंगे। इनको पैदल जाना पड़ेगा अपने ऑफिस को। तो ये इसीलिए समझने की बहुत बड़ी जरूरत है। यस, no, see, in fitness of things, I have to first send an opinion. I have to first reply to the terms of reference, and what action needs to be done in future. Definitely, I will share with you. I will speak to my friend like ईश्वर रेड्डी साहब, बात करेंगे आप लोगों सबसे बात करके कैसा आगे लेके जाना, क्या करना, बहुत से लाभ है, करेंगे बराबर। देखिए हमारा एक पॉइंट हम रखे तो रोड पे भी जाएंगे, कोर्ट को भी जाएंगे और पोलिंग बूथ में भी जाएंगे। 3 चीजें होने वाले हैं, रोड पे भी होगा, कोर्ट में भी जाएंगे और पोलिंग बूथ में भी होगा। अब उसके बाद देखिए क्या क्या होगा। नहीं, किरण कुमार रेड्डी साहब का मैं आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड हिज एंग्स्ट, हम समझ सकते हैं। उन्होंने रायलसीमा से आते और हम समझ सकते हैं उनकी तकलीफ को, क्योंकि वो इलाका बहुत परेशान कुल हालात से गुजरने वाला है, तो मैं समझ सकता हूँ उनकी तकलीफ।
What kind of developments do you oversee before foresee before the general elections are declared in the state or the union?
Sir, I am not. I don't have the knowledge of unseen, but the little IQ I have, which is lesser than you, I foresee many things happening, and let us wait. by December 8th, more light can be thrown on it. जी
अब सिलसिले में आपको क्या होने वाला है, ये बिल आता नहीं आता?
नहीं, देखिए मैं आपको अभी क्या बोला कि आप वादा करें हम बच्चा पैदा करेंगे, मैंने क्रूड उर्दू में अगर आपको बोला आप नहीं पैदा करें तो फिर आपका हाल बुरा हो जाने वाला है। अब क्रूड उर्दू में बोलो, आपको तेलंगाना की उर्दू में जो बोलते आप वादा करें, मैं नहीं बोला, आप बोले हम बच्चा पैदा करते, आप पैदा करो ना भाई। और आप ये नहीं बोलना कि पैदा करके मेरे गोद में नहीं डालना आप हैदराबाद के, आप पैदा करें तो उसको ताकत दो, सब चीज करो। ये आपके लिए ये ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं आप एडॉप्ट कर लो, मैं एडॉप्ट करने तैयार नहीं हूं भाई। एडॉप्शन का आदि ये क्या है, आप दो पूरा इख्तियार दो, वो बच्चे को ताकतवर बनाओ, फलने दो, फूलने दो, ताकतवर होने दो। भाई आप कुछ भी नहीं करेंगे ना, हम दे दिए, अरे दे दिए बोल तो कहाँ होगा भाई, नहीं हो सकता हो। अब देखिए, अब मालूम होता आपको और मेरे को अब क्या करने वाले हैं क्या नहीं करने वाले हैं, तो कोई छुपने वाली बात तो नहीं, आप ना तो नहीं छोड़ने वाले हैं, मेरे को मालूम, आप तो खामोश नहीं बैठते, मालूम होता अभी। एनीथिंग एल्स सर, प्लीज बोलिए सर। यू सी, फ्रेंडशिप विल कंटिन्यू, फ्रेंडशिप्स आर मेड and friendship will continue. The bottom line is that in the present political environment of our country, anyone who stands to oppose Modi, people, you and me will call him a friend. Who wants to join with Modi, then he becomes a pariah. Simple as that. और कुछ सर, फजल साहब, तो कोई आंध्रा के है तो बोलो भाई, ताकि इसमें इंजस्टिस नहीं होना। मैं तो अम्मा आप बोलो ना, अम्मा सीना। बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन करे आप, बट मेरे से जो लोग मुलाकात कर रहे हैं, जो वहाँ के इंटेलेक्चुअल्स है, जो वहाँ के बहुत से इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशंस में है इन्फ्लुएंस करने के, मेरे को कई मरतबा आके मुलाकात की, मुझसे बात करें। वहां के पॉलिटिशियंस भी है, मैं उनका नाम नहीं ले सकता क्योंकि बातें ऐसी होती कि ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड होती, तो यकीनन उनका भी ख्याल यही है कि आप जो शुरू से बोल रहे रायलसीमा को ज्वाइन करो, हम उसके साथ हैं। फिर अनंतपुर कर्नूल की जो बात करें, वो बोले वो भी ठीक है। अब एक्सेप्ट करते नहीं करते, देखिए मेरे से जब टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस में पूछ रहे तो मैं लिख के दे रहा हूं उसको। अब क्या होगा क्या नहीं हो सकता, तो जाहिर है वहां के लोग मेरे को काउंटर भी कर सकते, नहीं हम नहीं चाह रहे, हम अग्री नहीं करते, अग्री कर सकते, उनको इख्तियार है बोलने। अब बीजेपी का क्या है चक्कर, उनका नहीं मालूम ना। अब बीजेपी क्या करने वाली है नहीं करने वाली है मेरे को नहीं मालूम, मैं कैसा बोल सकता हूँ बीजेपी के बारे में। और हमारा तो एक कंसिस्टेंट स्टैंड है, हम उसको रिइटरेट कर रहे हैं, कोई नई बात हम नहीं कर रहे, आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स कोई नहीं है। जो बात जो हम शुरू से कर रहे हैं वो रिइटरेट कर रहे हैं।
face this BJP. Will you join this confront or will you remain stay close to the Congress?
Now, this question I can only answer when we cross that bridge. We don't know what will be the result that will come, what result will be thrown by the people of India. And one thing I'm sure, that inshallah ta'ala the people of India will support and strengthen those political parties which stand for secularism and pluralism, which is the ethos of this country and which binds this country. Okay sir, thank you madam, thank you. अब तक नहीं आई, और उस रिपोर्ट में हम इसलिए मैं आपको लगा के दिया हूं कि मैं जो पॉइंट बोल रहा था कि हम वी आर द बिगेस्ट सफरर्स मुस्लिम्स, 56, we were divided into state of Maharashtra and Karnataka. Then again we are being divided now in Telangana or in Seema Andhra. And at that time, after Operation Polo happened, the atrocities committed against Muslims have been highlighted by the Pandit Sundaram Committee. At that time, no one talked about giving special provisions to me. I was left to my fate. I was left to survive. Now, why is it that everyone is talking about? So, historical argument I am making that at that time you have left me completely at the mercy of the situation. Now, when again you are leaving me at the mercy of the situation, that cannot be allowed. That cannot be. That is why we have given you that report. Kindly go through that also. Thank you. अब मैंने मालूम आप उसके बाद में बात करें हो गया ना पूरा सारे आपका बोलो आपका इतना सिंपल बोला यहाँ बोले अरे बोल दिया फाइनल क्वेश्चन करो आई कैन नॉट रीड एवरीथिंग You see, we have to the empowered group of ministers on the basis of the letter asking us to give our opinion. We have opposed this joint capital or common capital for Hyderabad. And we have proposed an interim capital either in Khairatabad Mandal or in the Khairatabad Assembly segment. Revenue, municipal administration, medical and health and education to be taken away by Government of India. And we feel that if law and order is taken away, there will be a huge miscarriage of justice which is happening, which will continue to happen against the Muslims and Christians and Dalits. As it is, there is a shortage of 4,000 police force in Hyderabad, and whenever any festival happens in Hyderabad, huge mobilization from different parts of the state happens. Secondly, if revenue and municipal administration or resource sharing is done, then Hyderabad as a district will suffer. Economic development will be stopped forever. Third and important point which we have made, actually Anantapur. And please understand that this bifurcation will have an adverse impact socially, economically and politically on Muslims, Christians, Dalits and people of Rayalaseema. Another point which we have made in that is 371D. It does not require a constitutional amendment because we have taken legal opinion from a legal expert, Mr. Niranjan Reddy. And we want the Government of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, Prime Minister, to please understand that if he stands for the and respects the legacy of Pandit Nehru and Indira Gandhi, then we would urge upon him that do not take away law and order from the new state. That was not done when state of Maharashtra or Gujarat was made. That was not done by Indira Gandhi when state of Meghalaya was created. And Hyderabad is the only growth engine for the state of Telangana. For the survival of Telangana, law and order, revenue, municipal administration must remain. And the people of Seema Andhra who are living in Hyderabad, we will stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And we have proposed that they should be declared as linguistic minorities under Article 29. And in the Telangana State Minority Commission, they should be called as linguistic minorities. And regarding having police officers, let both the chief ministers of both the states and both the leader of opposition sit down and decide IPS officers, which IPS officers should be posted from the Telangana cadre. So this is what, and then about distribution of assets, we have said that the AP Bhavan and the vacant land which was given in lieu of Hyderabad House by the Government of India to the then Hyderabad state, which was there till 1956. There cannot be any compromise on these two pieces of land. about water requirement of Hyderabad, we have proposed that Pranahita Chivalla should be declared as a national project. Regarding Singareni collieries, we have proposed that Government of India and the state of Telangana should be made a joint owner of Singareni collieries. And we suspect that the Government of India wants to make Hyderabad a union territory or short of union territory, because the note that has been prepared by the Home Ministry and given to the empowered group of ministers on page number 37, point number 4, they say that medical health education should also be brought in. This is totally unacceptable to us. This is totally wrong, and these are the few important gist or bullet points.
If the union government don't agree what the MM party says, what you are going to do, sir?
We will go to the people. We will go to the people, and the people will give a befitting reply.
Sir, ABP leader Arvind Kejriwal is meeting Muslim leaders. What is your opinion?
No, that see, do not bring in other issues. I'll give you time.
Congress and BJP, they are telling that he is creating.
No, let us talk about the issue of bifurcation, which is very important today. There is a time and place to talk about other issues, but the whole idea of calling you and troubling you to come over here was to talk about the note which we have given to the Government of India.